to a Hope 1032 podcast.
We know that our old sinful selves were crucified with Christ so that sin might lose its power in our lives. We are no longer slaves to sin. Romans chapter 6 verse 6 from the New Living Translation. In Romans 6 verse 6, the Apostle Paul tells us that our old selves were crucified in Christ so we could be free of the impact and effects of sin. We should be aware that sin has power. Sin is controlling. Sin takes us to places we don't want to go. In short, sin takes away our freedom. How can we be free when we are slaves to every errant whim and desire? We constantly return to the old established patterns of behavior, dragged back to doing things we don't want to do. It leaves us feeling empty, wanting something else, something more satisfying, something deeper and more meaningful. We can only find this in one place, one person, Jesus. In 2 Corinthians 3 verse 17, Paul tells us that the Lord is the Spirit who gives us life. Where we find the Spirit present and active, we find true freedom. We know that we will still fall short of God's holiness. However, if the Spirit is active in our lives, then sin is no longer our master. Because we now belong to Christ, the power of the life-giving Spirit has freed us from the power of sin that leads to death. That's Romans 8 verse 2. In Christ, we have both life and freedom. This devotion was written by Chris Parfoot.
Hope 1032. Thanks for listening.